On
Excuse me.
most maps, yeah.
But
Nearly
sorry,
all.
just had a bit of a hiccup there.
A hookup.
Hopefully, it's just the one. I've been
I quickly
fortunate
checked
to.
out stats
Sorry.
for these two teams. I quickly
Okay.
checked out the stats on Inferno,
Okay.
and Fiend 42% win rate on the CT side. Izako Boars 30% win rate on the CT side. Both teams over 50% T side though, so
Yeah.
definitely feeling more T sided in that regard.
Yeah. So we might end up seeing Izako Boars having a more a pretty strong T side here all in all, but then things might fall apart in the second half as we get into the pistol round. It's not looking like it's going to be a T-sided pistol round for Izako Boars, as it's Bialy against 3. The rest of his team has
Oh,
been annihilated. He's now left all on his lonesome, and there is lots of players coming at him, but you almost thought after the first kill, he was able to get adjusted onto the second, but no. Just the one coming through, and Team Fiend, they'll have themselves that defuse in a jiffy.
well, that was a very good job there from a Team Fiend. Bomb at least got planted by the Boars, so
Yeah.
that's something that they can take with them. Bialy finding a kill as well in the opening pistol round. That's, better than the first map. So you gotta take the good from the bad. At least they got the bomb planted, and that's gonna give them 3 Galils, a Mac Daddy, and a Scoot for Stomp. No,
What?
he was looking for
You
that
worried
chicken.
about chicken?
Yeah, he was looking
Massacre
to
him.
knife that chicken.
Just
Yeah,
massacre it. Do it.
that one's just taunting their opponents right there towards ramp. It's blocking vision.
All chickens should be removed. Kill them all from the game. As in, just whenever you see a chicken, kill him. You never know when you're going to end up getting blocked by one, or have your sightline blocked by one. The ones up on balcony over on A site, they can be the worst. Blocking a headshot angle to from the pit.
When I'm checking like in boiler and then looking to the other side
Oh
of
yeah.
like T apps and just the chicken climbs up, I sometimes actually get startled and shoot a chicken.
Oh, well, it's one less chicken that's going to be a scourge on the nation. As right now, Team Fiend giving up a bit of control towards long here. They do have Red Star just making sure there isn't going to be an aggression through CT, though. He was smoked off from live, and he gets the first kill looking for more, but can't find anything else. Tau is quick on the trade, as it's going to be the crunch in towards this B site. But 2 players still in defense here. Ma needs to find at least one from this position, and he can find absolutely none. Bialy and Tau, they crunch in towards that site, and Izako Boars a super sick second round here. Team Fiend just sort of letting that happen.
Well, it is going to be the saved weapons coming in. UMP for Victor. But yeah, the force up from Izako Boars being successful, surprising Team Fiend, going for a little bit of a mid to B split. And I do especially like the fact that they smoked off the construction area so that they only had to check to the left side. Makes it a lot
Yeah.
easier when you're going forward.
It would have been nice to see Ma push a bit deeper into, or push towards CT, try and take that fight a little bit earlier before they get fully crunched on. But, and actually, Victor actually switches off the UMP into a Galil at the end of the round, so slightly better weapon. But it's still just that M4 and that Galil saved across. A few Deagles purchased up for the rest of Team Fiend side, as although they won the pistol, they lose the follow-up, and that is never fun. Never fun. But still early days, so anything can happen, and Team Fiend might just force this one back. Who knows? Double Deagles, never mind, are going to get obliterated. Tau has finished the both off with the Galil. He's got a bit of a rain of utility coming down on him, but he finds a first kill in return onto Tau. A nade goes out as well, not going to connect much damage. Second nade from Red Star does do a little bit more. They're going to try and plant the bomb. Shane just eluding those bullets as much as he can there. He's down to 15 HP from the spam on the smoke.
Well, it's just, again, safe territory realistically for the CTs. Dreamer and Victor, time's ticking down. It's hard to get into towards the site, and they're just gonna bail out, keep their hopefully their two rivals alive, but it's gonna be Bialy finding another catch, and well, he's showing a different side of him than we saw in the entirety of Dust 2, and he's already done more in these 3 rounds than on that previous map.
Looking a lot better. Which is always nice. I never like seeing players struggling in games. If I could have it my way, I'd have everybody having just turns to pop off in rounds. Maybe
That's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah. Maybe you can pop off over at Loot.BET. Yeah. Nice bonuses you can grab over there. If you do !loot in chat, you can find out about one of the few offers they have. Get yourself some bonus deposits and some free spins. As Dreamer tried to make something work with that M4, but is going to get caught by Shane and the utility raining over as well. It's going to do pretty decent damage to both Bubble and Mar, as it's just USPs now for this CT side that should get gunned down pretty convincingly.
Looking pretty good, and well, so far, you said it as well. You might get to see Izako Boars going in full effect on their T side, and it looks pretty good. But can never forget about the fact that Team Fiend also have a T side to play on.
Free for the Izako Boars then. But guns now, and Red Star with a glass cannon up might be able to find openings for this Bulgarian side.
Red Star AWP, that's what they did absolutely amazingly on the CT side of Dust 2, actually. They that double op setup, oh my god, how did he actually find that headshot is beyond me, by the way. But yeah, that's something that they did exceptionally well on Dust 2, is their double AWP setup between Bubble and Red Star was phenomenal, finding those opening picks every single time.
Red Star's AWP has been an absolute showstopper for Fiend, and Bubble as well on the secondary also. I wonder if he'll pick it up on the CT side for the Fiend team, but the FAMAS is looking pretty convincing as is right now, as he takes down Shane towards Banana. Bomb trying to push up to chase, but right now, 2-man disadvantage for the Boars might cause Fiend secure a second. Oh, that's awkward.
That's
awkward.
very awkward.
Did they not want to go for it again? Did not want to boost up this time? Looks like they're waiting. There we go. Up the second time, and just in time as Red Star collects another fully blinded with that AWP.
Well, that's a clean sweep for Team Fiend, and that's looking a lot better than previously. But yeah, that boost is always a weird one. This shot was nutty. That's a great catch from Red Star.
Yeah, for sure. And now he has armor with that AWP. he was glass cannon last round, so for him, finding impact like that is just a dream scenario, as opposed to being just clapped and instantly and removed from the game. But certainly for Fiend, a very, very needed round with the guns, and they look to try and double up on that. The Molotov holding Tao back for the moment, but it's nothing's holding Shane back as Red Star quickly removes him, and it's only one for Dreamer. The CT side being pounded towards the A site, and a little bit of utility coming through as Bubble tries to get to some sort of safety, but I think Izako Boars are going to force Fiend into a bit of a save here. I'm not really sure if they can go for this.
3 and 4 is risky. 3 and 4 is very risky to really go for it. They might just hope that the terrorists try and, save the weapons, get an exit frag. But yeah, they're just going to bail out. Unfortunately, no AWP being saved for Team Fiend, but they at least keep 3 rifles alive, a kit, head armor, even though head armor doesn't matter too much right now. Nonetheless, it will be Izako Boars on 4. And Team Fiend, if you can just keep tailing them, I think that they'll be able to take. I mean, I'm trying not to be too much on one side, but I really think that from that first map, Team Fiend looked incredible.
Yeah,
And the Izako Boars, they need a big buffer on their T side to withstand that Team Fiend T side.
yeah, for sure. Team The Bulgarians are just so prolific, I feel. It's going to be a tough situation for them. They don't have the AWP this round, which is a bit of a hindrance to them. So it could be a chance for Izako to find 5 with Stomp on his AWP. Hoping to find an opening, but we'll have to wait and see. As Team Fiend actually going to press home an advantage towards Banana, with Bubble finding a nice opening frag. 3 players initially were over on that side of the map. He's just going to upgrade to the AK-47 and get out of there. No reason to stick around when you found that man advantage, and done a lot of damage onto Shane as well.
That's a quick pounce and dive, and that's going to be Banana being retaken in the meantime by the Izako Boars. But Mar, Flash coming over is probably going to, I assume Bubble's going to toss his Flash. He has it in his hand. It's all about timing right now. They're so incredibly close.
Do it.
Right around the corner, the peak coming through. It's the first one down. Dodges the Flash. They
Oh,
get
that is
blinded.
beautiful.
Oh my God, that was perfectly timed between the two of them. Stomp, the last man standing, 55 seconds left on the clock. And he's going to get hunted for sure by Team Fiend.
They were so blinded, Truman. They had no chance of trying to fight back. You could see Mar tucked himself in, went anti-flash after that first kill came through, and that's a rough one for Stomp. Thought maybe he might be able to find one of those plays if he got the shot off quickly, but Fiend up to 3, and they recover an AWP as well. Daily quests over at LOOT.BET. They can give you some nice rewards if you're looking to get a bit more from your betting.
You
Go
bet
try and complete
responsibly
them.
and be of age.
Yeah, of course. Should go without saying. There's a hail of artillery rains down over on Banana. However, it does minimal damage. Shane down to 50, and Bialy just losing about a quarter of his HP. Still standing tall. Fiend just 1 round behind the Izako Boars lineup. They still could find a very hefty CT side. A Stomp, though. Going to stomp out Bubble towards that Banana side, and that's a great kill to be finding early on. The AWP makes its mark, and Izako Boars might try and push into B off the back of that. Team Fiend not rotating anybody over to help out Mar, who's alone over about its fountain. Needs to try and find multi-kills as if they decide to push forward, which it certainly looks like they will. Victor found elsewhere, though.
Looking a little bit dicier for Team Fiend. 2 players already down. They are going to leave 1 to trail behind. But Bialy gets spotted out. And Red Star finds Shui. Okay, this is getting a little bit dicey. 3-on-3 situation ensues. The one and only pushing towards that A-bomb site. But they are actually slowly rotating Red Star away because he's expecting a CT move to be made. Across a run boost, actually. Okay. Whee! Gets himself on towards the site. And Dreamer in pit. He's getting wallbang spam. Will eventually get taken down by Shane. Bomb should get planted. 15 seconds left, but planted nonetheless. Red Star with the AWP around the corner. Stomp gets the leg onto Red Star, who's immediately going to bail out, and that's going to be Team Fiend saving their weapons to fight another day.
The Bulgarians unable to find consecutive rounds at this point. They're finding these individual rounds, not able to follow up off the back of them, and it seems like if an individual's able to step up, they can have they could run away with a round. But right now, the defaults for Izako Boars seem to be outmatching what Fiend can throw at them. And that's not good. It's 5 now for the Boars. And with this kill and the one that Red Star found, you almost thought that with Dreamer still in the pit, they might be able to steal away the round Fiend, but with Dreamer just unable to find a fight that was profitable for him. Excuse me. A fight that was profitable for him, he just ends up just stalling for time, hoping to stay alive as his teammates rotate over, but couldn't stay alive for quite long enough. So a 2-round lead for the Boars and more weaponry for Fiend. They're able to get the rebuy through.
Yeah, the chicken panicking right now. Shane around the corner. The molly's flying through. His back is mollied. The chicken explodes. Luckily, the molly doesn't spread far enough to start hurting his feet. The peek comes in. Perfect flash. Gets a double spray down, and that's going to be Izako Boars securing the B-bomb site. And immediately, the save should be made by Team Fiend.
Nice work. Impressive. Very nice opening. And Shane does everything he needs to do there. Getting those 2 kills. Well, yeah, Fiend, they'll save a couple of them fours, the AWP, assuming Izako don't chase too hard on them. Although Izako, they have... I mean, Shane has 6k in reserve, but the rest of his team are all below 2k, so it might better maybe send one player to hunt. Just so your bank account in reserve is able to build up a little bit more. Because then you're able to sustain a round loss or 2 and really push Fiend into a position where they're just not able to build any momentum on this CT side.
Well, it seems they're not going to really do that. They will keep the AWP and 2 rifles alive. Of course, that Red Star AWP, very crucial. I'm kind of sad not to see the double AWP setup, though, from Team Fiend so far.
Yeah.
No secondary for Bubble.
Yeah, because Bubble on Dust 2 was starting to take names with that weapon.
He looked pretty dominant.
Yeah.
Especially the 1-2 pounds that they went for in mid a couple of times. It still looks so weird if you've got like the knife or weapon cam, so that it turns very weirdly when they run.
Yeah. It's fun to stare into their eyes. Not often you get to do that.
You deeply stare into their eyes, wonder what it could be like if you lived your life with a terrorist.
I don't wonder that one at all, I'm afraid. I'm quite happy
Not
without.
really?
I am very happy without. Red Star hoping that the head would poke up into his vision, but no chance, and tries the shot through the wall, but the time has already passed. The player has disappeared. That could have been a very nice opening as Izako looked towards his A site as their point of contact. Bialy trying a bit of a duel in towards the apartments, not able to get any damage onto Bubble, who only has a P250 to his name. Izako, they're starting to push in. Rotations coming off that B site. They're going to rotate over pretty heavily. Red Star in towards Library already. I'm pretty sure his rotation will have been heard. And with Bubble going down in towards the site, they need to start finding kills now, the CT side. But there's one from Victor. A second from Dreamer as he needs to stay alive towards this graveyard. But it will turn out to be his final resting place as he, along with Red Star, are going to be laid to waste. Shane and Stomp took so much damage. Mar's been able to recover the AWP, but he's alone against 3. It's going to be 7 on the board for Izako Boars. This eco isn't going to work out. Obviously, they have the saved rifle and the AWP through, but other than that, pistols, and it doesn't work out in the end.
Well, that's going to be, of course, a little bit... Keeps the AWP for now alive, but that's looking pretty good for Izako Boars. A little bit of a different form than they showed on the previous map. Pretty much like nowhere near the exact same. Especially the Bialy 4 and 5. Way better than what, 2 and 13?
Yeah, I mean, he was 0 and 13 for most of the game. Well, Up until the final round, he came into that final round 0-13, I think. So, yeah, for sure.
Already
Yeah.
doubled the score.
True. Looking a lot better, and that's good for the Izako Boars. It's allowing them these rounds as they're on to 7 already, and a 4-round lead over Fiend. Not bad, but I feel like Izako Boars probably want to get maybe 1 or 2 more before the half's out. They can get 8 or 9 rounds. That would set them up for a pretty decent CT side to come through. Team Fiend obviously wanting to try and find as many as they can in this first half, just to limit whatever Izako can throw at them. They'll have the rebuy through now. Red Star gets that up, dropped over to him that Mar was able to save. And as well, 4 kills in that previous round. Mar taking down a couple as he tried to save the weapon means that that took a lot of economy out of Izako Boars. They had to rebuy 4 weapons. I mean, of course, they still have plenty to play with, and they should be able to rebuy if they need to, if they lose all weapons. But right now, bit of utility used towards Banana, not going to find anything. And Shane, another opening for him, in fact, as he finds a lot of damage and the kill on towards Bubble. Still 2 more players to find, though. And a tag from that up through the wall.
Okay, the push coming out. Mar gets himself a first, but then traded out, and it's going to be Red Star all on his lonesome to defend that B bomb site against 4 hungry terrorists. Or are they? They're actually going to not pounce out behind it. In the meantime, a slight rotation from Team Fiend, sending 1 more to help out the B bomb site. Possibly. It's going to be Victor joining Red Star. And that means Dreamer's the sole A bomb site defender, but there's still plenty of time to work with. Flash. What do they actually have? They don't actually have a flash left. Only 3 smokes and a molly on the side of Izako Boars. So you're going to have to go for a reasonably risky push, or you're going to have to smoke off everything on the site. And there's going to be that little bit of utility.
20 seconds. Victor just deployed his smoke, and that nade does huge damage. Izako, they have to push through this. And with 15 seconds on the clock, smokes everywhere, low HP for a few of these players. Victor needs to find more than 1, but he can't quite get it done. And Bialy's going to go for that bomb plant. Red Star trying to spam through the coffins, can't connect. But I think he just saw Shane over towards New Box. Doesn't even matter, Shane gets the time in. And how is he still alive? There we go, finally taken care of. Dreamer now in a 1 versus 2, a smoke towards Banana. Should allow him to push forwards, but there's a big old gap in it for Stomp to work with. And that is 8 for the Boars.
Yeah, the Boars looking on fire at the moment on their T side. But will Team Fiend be able to stomp out that fire? Of course, wouldn't really surprise me if we get to that final deciding map of Mirage. With the performance that Izako Boars have right now, maybe that first map was just a one-off. Look at that chicken just crawling slowly but surely in front of his opponents. Well, his opponents, in front of the terrorists. His opponents is Colonel Sanders.
A worthy adversary. I mean, it should be 9 for the Boars. I doubt Fiend can put up much resistance with 4 Deagles and a CZ. I'd be surprised if they find more than a couple kills.
Well, depends on if Izako Boars is going to run down the clock again that far. Because that last round could have gone either way very quickly.
True. I was actually going to push in front of the Molotov here. Shane looking to clear him out. Doesn't clear it properly though on Bubble.
Okay.
An opening kill, and he can recover that AK. Smoke to lock down Banana. 40 seconds on the clock. Izako Boars are going to have to commit to A at this point. And there's 3 defenders there. A 4th is rotating over towards Library for the CT side. And look at Red Star. He's just looking towards this long position. Town needs to be careful. Smoke going down to try and block off Vision.
Oh.
But that ain't going to stop Red Star's bullets. And Mar pushing through a smoke might find the finishing blow onto Bialy, which he does collect, and this round falling apart. 15 seconds on the clock. Stomp needs to clear out Red Star from the pit as he loses his next teammate. He's now all alone. Stomp not got the bomb in his hands. 6 seconds on the clock, and players are everywhere. And Fiend, they steal around away with just pistols.
Kind of to be expected. The moment you said that that this one should go in favor of Izako Boars just because they have 4 Deagles in the CZ.
Why do
Thought
I
in
even
my mind
bother,
was
Truman? Why do I
they
even bother?
they have 4 Deagles in the CZ.
Man.
Oh, that one hurt. Especially the first pick towards Banana, where he does the quick check, but really doesn't really check anything. It's like when you walk around to clear a corner and you look at the corner and then you look back and then you realize you just saw CT. That kind of idea of courtesy call, courtesy check.
Yeah.
If I don't do it, my captain will get pissed at me. That kind of idea instead of actually checking your
Sort of like
angles.
driving a car where you have to check your mirrors.
No. You always check your mirrors thoroughly. Don't listen to him. They drive on the left side of the road anyway. They don't know what's up.
Well, you say so.
God, that would take so much getting used to, driving on the left side. Just thinking about it.
Well, I did it remarkably easy.
Yeah, but now think of trying to do that, but then the right side.
Don't know, never tried it.
I mean, even just handling the stick will just be confusing to me.
Oh yeah, true. That's a good point. But, well, Fiend stealing away a 4th in that previous round does put a bit of pressure on Izako Boars now, because this is the last of their economy, really. Oh, Stomp. How is that not a wall bank? Takes down Mar, and an opening towards the B site that Izako Boars are going to try and capitalize on. Nice damage through the smoke. Catches both Tau and Suihi, puts them a little bit low. Bubble has been able to claim control of the ruins. And surely he doesn't push through this smoke. Flashbang from his teammate does allow him forward, but it's only 1-for-1. Was that really worth it?
Not really. Luckily, the CTs do have enough cash plus last round bonus to buy in the next round anyway. But it is going to be the Boars on 9. And yeah, they're extending their lead on the T side the entire time. Single player towards B, Banana. But Mar just got absolutely destroyed by Stomp on that AWP.
Yeah. And for those of you who maybe haven't heard of the Team Fiend side, they are well, these Bulgarian players go way back. Like, way back. And Victor, ex-Windigo player, probably know him from that. They recently competed under the Voivoda sort of Orgless name. Did some good stuff in some qualifiers, took down some heavy names, or some big hitters rather. And now, playing this LOOT.BET Cup. Facing Izako Boars, currently down 5 rounds. You really want to secure these last 2. You don't really want to be allowing Izako Boars to 10 on their T side. That's a little bit too much.
Yeah, you kind of want to keep it 6-9. That should be a pretty favorable scoreline for Team Fiend anymore, and it becomes dangerous considering if you lose the pistol, you might just lose a couple. Well, these teams have constantly been winning pistols against each other, so the force-ups. So it wouldn't surprise me, but they're going to be playing aggressively towards Banana, and they haven't really run any aggressive moves on Team Fiend at all on their CT side so far. Just mainly been holding all the way in the back in these rounds.
Nice opening from Mar. Tries to hold the spray for a second, but he traded 1 for 1. Decent damage done to a few of those Izako players, though. And with the M4s on that Team Fiend side, players being tagged down allows those one-shot headshots to come through. It's always nice. Things start to quieten down again. 30 seconds on the clock. It's going to liven up with the smoke starting to drop and the utility starting to pop over on this B site. Bubble towards New Box. Not been fully Molotov'd out of that position, but his teammate goes down. Victor instantly dead. Are they going to clear for Bubble? Not fully. 17 seconds. He's being a nuisance for them. They need to get that bomb planted. But the bomb's dropped over towards New Box, and they need to try and recover that.
How is he not dead?
Finally gets rid of him. 7 seconds on the clock. They will get that bomb planted unless Red Star can shut him down. Oh, just misses the timing. And Sweehy just about gets that bomb planted and gets into safety. And that could have been the round for Fiend if Red Star just peeks a little bit wider. He gets that kill. He's trying to jump for some sort of intel. But I think the round is lost.
Yep, that's going to be the disengage, and that was so close. Way too close for comfort. But luckily enough, they just had enough time and barely enough time to get the bomb planted.
Yeah. Team Fiend coming ever so close in that one. Stomp does end up dying to the bomb.
If he would have like wide jumped with the op, and then the CT opper would have, the T opper would have missed their stomp, then he could have denied the bomb plant. It's just the tiny little change.
Yeah. That is 10 for the Boars, and now they get the 4M4s through Team Fiend. They'll have the AWP that was saved across. One final chance to pick up a round and make the second half just that slight bit easier for you. Give yourself a 5-round deficit rather than a 7-round deficit. Make all the difference in the late game.
Yeah, it's gonna, especially considering, you know, the pistol. That pistol is so crucial. It's gonna really decide if Team Fiend have a chance back into this game, probably. Now even more aggression in towards Banana than they had in the previous round.
Yeah, 2 players and a third with the AWP watching over them. See if it pays off, though, because Boars, they're playing pretty passively. They're not giving anything up early on. Now they'll start to use some utility towards Banana, and they've cleared out Mar. They might think they're all clear sailing in towards B. But no, they actually Molotov logs as well. Bubble at least finds one from that position. But now he's stuck in the other corner, and another Molotov coming through. He's just jumping from side to side. Bubble needed to use a smoke or something, or Red Star needed to help bail him out of there. But Izako Boars, they use 3 Molotovs to clear out those players.
There's actually a ice cream truck driving around my street right now. And I'm so tempted to just run out and get ice cream.
Well, I'll carry the broadcast if you want to. Nobody would be none the wiser as Dreamer manages one from the balcony. Victor! Oh, he could have secured that one. Red Star now left in a 1 versus 2 and bomb in hand. No chance for Sweehy there. Red Star gets the timing perfect. And Team Fiend, they do find a 5th. But only just. They make it difficult for themselves.
Yeah, that was down to the wire, rushing through the smoke with a P2K in the hand there, Red Star, to deny the bomb plant. And this, I mean, both sides just spraying frantically on these last couple of kills. And yeah, Shui, at that point, you're completely done for with the bomb, the C4 in your hand.
Should be getting into next round in just a moment. Well, the second half in just a moment. And both these teams, it's still a winnable game, obviously. But you look at that sort of distribution of rounds for Team Fiend there on the CT side, and it's just never any consecutive rounds found. Just those individual little morsels of rounds coming through. And Izako Boars had a very, very strong off, and we're very good in shutting down what Team Fiend were throwing at them. But as we know, Team Fiend generally perform a lot better on the T side, and we'll see if that's going to be the case here on Inferno. No kit for the Boars would be an issue, as Mar just going to straight duel Shane, and that's the opening kill towards B. And Izako Boars actually
There's
playing
no one
forward
there.
towards A now. Yeah.
They're not even moving. They're just banking on the fact that Team Fiend hit that A bomb site. But, well, not looking too favorable. Me boys in front of him. I think that was Victor. And his full name, it seems. Me boys Victor. Well, I'll give him a congrats because they got themselves a free bomb site. The rotation coming in from Izako Boars a little bit late. They're just spamming all the corners, but there's no one there, and that's going to be, of course, a little bit surprising to them. But the bomb has been planted. The retake's going to come through, jumping on top of the fountain. Won't spot anyone towards CT, but they do actually not have a kit on the CT side. Maybe Shane had one towards Banana, but time is ticking down, and no, there's just completely no kit available. They have to hurry. Half the duration is gone. It's going to be 2 picks coming in for the C. Actually, they're clearing them out right now. What's happening?
They're defusing the bomb. Can someone peek this, please? They're defusing the bomb.
10-second
They're
defuse?
defusing the...
Okay. Sure. 10-second defuse. Okay.
I don't know what I just watched. Team Fiend give up a 5-on-4 with a bomb planted. It ticks so far down as well. And I'm not surprised there's a pause coming through after that one.
Yeah, definitely, it should be a pause. After what that round was. A 5-on-4 retake. You've got complete bomb site control. They have no kits available, and everyone in your team gets completely obliterated in a matter of seconds. Question mark, hello?
Another pause coming through. This one a tech pause, I think, this time. Well, Team Fiend. They're going to get a few Galils through. UMP for Victor. Bubble on a Deagle. Just we need to wait for Shane and Bialy to finish purchasing up there. They've got about 3.5, 4K each. And I assume we'll go for some probably an SMG.
Well, let's see. A UMP, 3 Galils, and a Deagle for Team Fiend. And Izako Boars, well, Shane still needs to buy something, but yeah, looking pretty good here for the CT side, mainly because Team Fiend kind of cocked up that round. But you take what you can get if you're Izako and a map down. Hopefully this technical pause will not take too much longer because it is looking like there might be a big issue going on.
Yeah, possibly. So we have had everyone buy up now, so hopefully getting into things. And yes, we are. Start the countdown, and we'll get going. Bialy gets an MP9. Shane actually goes for a FAMAS from that.
Well, it is going to be the terrorist side to try and take it in their favor. A very long pause has been done in. Do you think that this is going to be a recovery from Team Fiend, or are you expecting a third map?
I still think Fiend can take this, but it's going to be a tough one for them. I'm very surprised, and I mean, they should have had that pistol round. That should have been theirs, and they let it slip, and now things get a lot more difficult for them. And they're not going to even get a cheer that could be either. Nice bait from his teammate, but actually, the Izako Boars give themselves up. As a smoke fades, Dreamer will give himself up to Bialy. So a 3-on-3 ensues, and Team Fiend, now this is a retake they need to win. They lost the last one, can they secure this one? Surely. I mean, they've got the post-plant position. Oh my lord, Mar gives himself up. Red Star might do the same, but just gets the kill. And with only 12 points of health, needs to be careful. He's going to use that smoke to escape, I think, as his teammates blinded up in the site. They're pushing forwards, and his teammates taking contact. Red Star needs to find an angle. They're still checking for him. Ruins.
Oh,
and oh no, Red Star. He just sprays through the smoke, finds two, and Team Fiend, they do find a 6th after all, just a round later than we maybe expected.
Well, that's a great double kill there from Red Star. Good move as well. Once that smoke was bloomed, he moves away from the graveyard position, tries to make his opponent second guess themselves, and makes it unknown where he would be heading. Otherwise, it would be pretty much an easy finish. They did have a molly, though, on the CT side, so it's rather surprising they didn't toss one a little bit further behind, or at least anywhere, to try and flush him out. But nonetheless, the round for Team Fiend, and Izako Boars on the full force up. They lose this round, then they're going to be forced onto a Sneeko, and then Team Fiend could get themselves a lot closer than the Boars would have liked. That's a nice Duncan nade.
Pretty decent damage. Bit of spam not going to work out, but this boost, ooh, just having a little bit of a clear over that smoke. Hello, anybody there? Nobody is. And you do need to be careful of Siyuhi in this cubby position. Careful. That Deagle can be very dangerous, but looks like Victor might be looking to clear it. Bubble is the one that peaks. He's
kind
removed.
of in the previous round they did the exact same position, so it's kind of to be expected. Victor finds a kill on site as well, and in Big Pit, Victor long range with the UMP finds 2. Dreamer will be taking down the one and only, and it's going to be all on Shane 1v5, and that's easy pickings for Red Side. They keep everyone on the side of Team Fiend alive as well, and forces Izako Boars on towards an eco. This is looking like Team Fiend might get themselves back in the thick of things, because they're, solid T side execute.
Four rounds of difference. Maynilla, the code, if you want to get some bonuses over at LOOT.BET. You can do exclamation mark Maynilla in the chat as well to get some more info on that one. But you get a nice free bet and some bonus on your first deposit, which is always good. And certainly for the Izako Boars, they could be doing with a bit of bonus economy right now, because 2k per player. They're just going to stack over towards that B site, while Team Fiend, they're currently working their way in towards A site. Again, a long take. And should be around sorted, because obviously nobody in defense of this A-bomb site. They'll get the bomb planted. It's going to be 5 USPs, a single flashbang. Just seeing if they can find anything, but they're going to possibly give up some kills to this Mac 10. And with $600 per kill, you don't want to be giving up lots of damage. And Victor, he chimes in as well. Same kill reward for the UMP as well, $600 for that. Already 2 kills a piece on those. Make it free for Victor. It's
Look at that bank, though.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just so much cash you build up, because Victor, he's been rolling in the kills on that SMG for the last few rounds now.
He's on 10 grand. My God. Like, this is hard for Izako Boars, because they have to consecutively win rounds to break that economy even a bit. And they don't have an AWP. 3 MP9s. This is just a sad, sad bye from the Izako Boars.
It's a difficult one. But maybe that utility can give them an opening. Decent damage onto both Mar and Red Star. Might make things a little bit easier for the Boars. I mean, a few MP9s that might chew up some low HP players. And Molotov as well, just trying to delay them. But Shane, first kill for him, needs to try and hold his ground for a little bit longer as they wait for the rotations. But look at the damage that's being done to Team Fiend as they try and push forward. Finally, the deal with Shane in the sight, but with Red Star 13 HP, Victor 50 HP, the Floster player as well. It's all just chaos. Tau is low on HP. That's a nice benefit for Team Fiend. It's one low HP player to deal with, but 4-on-4, bit.
And a very big flank.
Yeah. Yeah, they need
Like
Dreamer.
a long one.
They need Dreamer to find a frag quickly here. But he's made so much noise. Bjarly was turned around. He can't find the frag either way. And that's the round surely said and done. There's limited opportunities for them to get in towards this round. And, well, Bubble towards New Box is making it difficult, but Stomp still has a chance. A 1v2, and he takes down Red Star. That nade not going to do anything, and he baits Dreamer into the peak. Needs to push forward. He has a kit. 6 seconds on the bomb. There's not enough time anymore. He's going to just about be Team Fiend securing a 9th, but it's a difficult round against the scuffed together buy from the Boars. Shane is just a burning man there. Molotov's all over him. But he survives for a long time in the site. And some crucial frags coming through. But Stomp tried his best there at the end. In the 1v3.
And Team Fiend now 9 rounds secured for them. And they're getting very close towards, of course, the Izako Boars. Who are going to be on a little bit of a semi-buy. Of course, saving that M4 into the next round is at least going to be giving them something to work with here, but he could be the first one to fall in apps, close range, CZ. Dreamer, does he expect it? He does, and he finds him quickly and efficiently. The second kill picked up as well, and they just all being torn apart towards that A-bomb site. They still have one more player hiding and lurking. That's going to be Shuey with the deagle in hand, but that was Shuey with nothing in his hands right now because they pretty much just make him drop it like it's hot. And the Izako Boars, they're letting Team Fiend get to 10 rounds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still of the mind that Fiend will pick this one up. I did say that obviously dropping that pistol round was a big blow, but they fight back instantly on the follow-up and the stringing together rounds now. 5 in a row, I think, for them. As they've closed up to the Boars scoreline, just one between the two of these teams, and I think another buy coming through now for the CT side. So another chance for the defenders to get the ball rolling, and as you see there, an AWP coming into play. That'll be Stomp, of course, wielding that one.
Well, it is going to be another round. Team Fiend, they're immediately going to bail out from a banana control fight. I want to get blown up by utility. The Izako Boars, they've got Stomp on that AWP. That's what they really need. The flash kind of blinds their own teammates. Push towards long, but a double spray down from Shuey. And that is a big surprise for Team Fiend. 2-man advantage secured, and the push halted slightly, but it's actually Shuey taken down in the meantime by Bubble. I like saying the word bubble, because I tried to say it as aggressively as I possibly can, but Bubble is pretty much as aggressively as I can get in the meantime towards the site. Bubble jumping around.
Oh, chaos in the smoke.
Stomp? Okay, Stomp does eventually die, but it's a 2-on-2 situation ensuing. And both of the CTs out towards long smoke to keep them at bay for a little bit longer so they can go for a reasonably safe plant.
Yeah, they need to push through the smoke, and they actually are going to. Bubble needs support from Red Star, and he gets it for the first, but Bubble is not going to be able to stay alive. Tau, the last man alive against Red Star, 1v1, dancing around the boxes. Tau has a hit to work with, but Red Star has the aim on his side, and it's 11 on the board for Fiend as they tie this game up. The Bulgarians fighting back on this T side, and we said they were strong on the T side, and they are showing it now. This is a stark contrast to that first half, where they were just unable to string any rounds together. Now it's 6 in a row for them.
Yeah, that's Team Fiend on the T side, shredding apart the Izako Boars, who are going to be forced on towards a semi-bye again. Scout for the one and only, the rest on Deagles. But these tend to be the rounds where everything completely goes into full banana potato mode for some teams. So let's see if those Deagles can make the damage happen for the Boars. Okay,
Chance with
not
the
a great
scout
start.
And, well, he's been just removed as an 8. Utility is good. Shane is better. 2 quick kills for him on the Deagle. Even while fully blinded, he gets it done. But it's going to get traded, and a 3-on-3 ensues. And with Team Fiend in that B bomb site already, the rotations with the Deagles surely not going to be enough. There's a little bit of spray through the smoke from Mar there. Just tag Bialy down a little. Need to get this planted stomp. Hoping for a frag. We'll get it onto Red Star. And now it's Mar and Dreamer. 2-on-2. Bialy now the last man alive for the Izako Boars, as Dreamer's dealt with the banana push from CUE. Now, there you go. 12 on the board for Fiend. They've taken the lead for the first time since the pistol.
Well, it is looking remarkably well for Team Fiend. We have ourselves, of course, a quick little pause there before we head back in. Don't forget to check out LOOT.BET for all those great daily quests that you can do, because everyone loves dailies. For any WoW fans out there, dailies are fun.
Get many.
You've
Do you
never
get
played
many
WoW,
escort
have you?
quests?
Yes.
And I have played WoW for about probably 2 hours.
Didn't like it, I guess.
No. More of a Diablo fan.
Not. I've bought Diablo 3, played it for about 3 hours, and then quit.
Oh man, you're missing out. Either way.
I played it with friends, and they already played the game, and so like they
does
pretty
suck
much
a
want to
bit.
speed run through everything, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't
does
want to
suck a bit.
speed run.
Fair enough.
Maybe
Well,
Diablo 4.
maybe. But Izako Boars aren't going to be worried about Diablo 4 right now. Although they do have a druid on their team in the form of Bialy. As his name in the game suggests. Is now pushing forwards. Team Fiend able to get control of top and mid very, very quickly. Even going to boost up Red Star so he can jump up over the quad. And might catch the drop on a player in towards side. Perhaps CUE might get falling victim. And he will, even with the flashbang peak. Red Star is still able to find the shot. A player up on balcony. That Dreamer. Oh my! What a flick and what a spin onto Stomp.
What a start!
Get out of here! Stomp. Get out of here, man!
I mean, there was such a big delay for him realizing someone was on balcony, and then the moment that he gets shot at, flick, boom, headshot. That was surprising. Okay, Shane trying to keep at least the M4 alive, but walks up into the loving embrace of Mar, who will crush him with kindness and lead bullets. Or, you know, brass bullets or copper bullets, as you said.
I mean, this opening kill, I'm not I wonder if Red Star was a little bit obstructed by the flower bed there.
I mean, that's also not really an angle that you normally would look at.
I suspect maybe he saw him as he went for the second jump up on top of the boxes, and by that time, Red Star was able to get the shot on him in return. As Shane is left with a Mag 7, a few upgraded pistols for the rest of the team. Team Fiend are looking indomitable now on this T-half. Only 1 round found for the Izako Boars, and that was the pistol. Oh. Awkward fight.
Druid gets the kill. Wait, now it's actually completely Druid.
Yeah.
Bialy changing names mid-match. But it is still a man advantage secured for the side of Team Fiend. Bialy, oh, bubble 5 HP, but peeks wide. Mar gets the headshot. That's the Druid dead. And now it's all on Shane and the one and only Swag 7 and a P250. Oh, Mar might just get shot from behind, and he does get taken down. 8k recoverable. Will be able to run away, but it's 14 to 11. Look at that. It was 14 to 11. They were what? 6 to... What was the score? 5 to 11?
Yeah,
Did they
5 to
win
11. It was a 10-5 half. Izako picked up the pistol, 11 to 5.
9 rounds.
Yeah.
9 consecutively. I mean, yeah, we kind of expected
not
them
even
to
a
be
save
better on the
either.
T side, but this is just a stomp. Just a complete stomp.
Not even the save either for the one and only. He gets shut down in the end, trying to find a final frag. And a pause coming through. A much needed one for the Boars. They were looking good to try and steal Team Fiend's map pick away in the first half, but now Team Fiend sit just 2 away from closing this series down 2-0. And just to give a bit of context as well, this is a 1-to-1 match in the Swiss. In the Swiss system. So nobody's going home. Nobody's making it to playoffs off this game. But the winner is going to be going 2-1. Loser will be going 1-2. And if you go to that 1-2 realm, you're up against some very strong teams, and everybody's fighting for their tournament life at that point. You can't make any mistakes once you get those 2 losses on the board. You have to be perfect until you can find your third win, and that would require 2 best-of-3 wins in a row for the whichever team goes to that 1-2 bracket. But 2-1 on the contrast is a much nicer place to be. You've got a little bit of leeway. You've got a chance if you get a bad draw against a team that might just outclass you. You can still make up for it in the following game. And,
For instance, Copenhagen Flames, who did... no, actually, Lil Mix, who won... no, not Lil Mix. Lil Ninjas. Small ninjas. Tiny ninjas.
Yeah.
Young ninjas. That's it. I knew it was something ninjas. I got Lil Mix stuck in my head for some reason. But yeah, the other Swedish team that managed to win earlier today against Copenhagen Flames. And, well, Copenhagen Flames is one of the teams that you might be facing up against in the 1-2 brackets, which is not really a team that you want to face up against with an elimination behind you.
Yeah, for sure. But, well, Izako Boars have found an opening this round. Stomp has found that up. It's opening pick. Mar. Oh, that was a quick shot on towards Bialy. But now the CT is starting to find frags. A 2-on-3. They need to collect that bomb. 50 seconds on the clock, and they do get it. And they can get this bomb planted. A 2v3 post-plant situation. Fiend, they could still find this. They could still win this one out from this position. It's just going to need some clean shots coming through, as Tau is the only one with a kit for the CT side. Need to call where that goes if he does get dropped, as he uses a little bit of utility. He has been spotted out. Dreamer gives up his position as smokes galore everywhere. Dreamer is unable to support his teammate, and Stomp has found Red Star in towards that site. Dreamer can only manage one, but Izako Boars finally are going to post another round. 14-12. They'll keep Fiend at least with an arm's reach and keep them off that 15th round for now. Oh, you see as well there, Stomp. He just has a little bit of hesitation between the 2 targets. Flicks right and then flicks back left. But,
it tends to be one of the biggest issues. If you see 2 people in front of you that you want to kill, you shoot right in the middle. And then you just stand there. Why did I do that? Why? By God. But nonetheless, it is going to be the round win for Izako Boars, so they deny map point, and with that series point for the time being, will they be able to, of course, win these next upcoming rounds? I mean, Team Fiend, they've got pretty much enough money for the rest of this half, considering they still have 9k on Victor even after that loss. So Izako Boars, they're not going to get themselves an easy free round at all.
No, for sure. They need to fight back, and Stomp, again, finding openings. This AWP trying to light up the server, and I wondered if Fiend start to worry about that and maybe head towards A a little bit more, because that's 2 rounds now. Stomp towards B has found that opening pick. Fiend, they need to answer back. Rima towards the apartments, looking for some sort of player from the Izako Boars that might give themselves up and give back that 4-on-4. But right now, nothing found. But a utility used towards B. Not going to matter much. Not going to force any rotations from the Boars.
Well, let's see if Team Fiend can get themselves onto a series point here. The Flash, the one and only rushing through. Shui getting burned away, but that means that the one and only, he did walk through the smoke, but he doesn't have any backup because Shui got mollied away. He gets taken down as well. Bialy going for the wide peak, but Red Star takes down the Druid. The A-bomb site is lost, and they're going to be forced to save for that last possible round. For 3 series points to deal with here, Danchan. It is going to be... well, that's a painful one for Izako Boars.
I mean, opening again from Stomp. Absolutely nothing found other than that opening kill. And Team Fiend are going to be sitting pretty at 15. 3 chances to close this series down 2-0. And you got to feel like Izako Boars, they're letting this chance slip away from them now. Even especially if Stomp is going to get cut down. No saving allowed. No weapons carried forward. That is a heartbreaking kill coming through for the Izako Boars, because now they don't have the up. Stomp has no chance of finding them these opening kills, which is what they got these last 2 rounds. The 1 gun round they've won was off the back of Stomp finding that opening. Now what do you do?
Rush mid.
Jesus.
The all Hail Mary. Let's see what is going to be their plan of attack here. Because the Izako Boars, they got to win 3 rounds consecutively to get them even towards OT. That still doesn't mean that they win this second map. And that's just to make sure that they go to a final deciding 3rd map, which of course would be Mirage. But I don't really realistically expect us to head over towards Mirage. The way that, well, Team Fiend are just completely tearing apart Izako Boars. God, these Bulgarian teams are looking incredibly dangerous lately.
They really are. Skade as well, another thick team, but right now we're focused on Fiend. And so are the Izako Boars. Suyuhi with just the Deagle there. Couple MP9s, a FAMAS, an M4. Molotov towards Sandbag is going to eliminate any risk of a player in that position. So Fiend, they can focus forwards, but they are pushing off the back of that. They're going to just bide their time for a little bit longer and regroup towards A. 3 players still lying in wait towards that A site, and with the flashbang peak coming through, Izako Boars might be shoring up this defense towards A. You can see the rotations coming through, and Izako Boars, they are gambling. They need to. Shane is going to be on the fast flank. He sees so many players, gets one, controls the spray nicely with the MP9. Stomp's going to stay alive and get a kill for himself, but now the kills start to come back Fiend's way. 2-on-2, and it's Stomp and Suyuhi in a winnable situation. Ooh. Oh no! That is a horrible kill to be giving up, Stomp.
Not the knife! Now... Not the knife! Oh, shot in from behind. Okay.
Oh dear.
Red Star.